only gay people should be allowed to have dogs in New York. And there are conversations happening. Some people taking it seriously, some people taking it seriously, but as a bit. Some people full on bit. And like, it's not a real thing. Like, there's no world in which only gay people can have dogs in New York.
But the take is
well, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But in the comments, somebody's like, okay, so for this to work, there needs to be blah, blah, blah. And another person's like, okay, so if only gay people have dogs, let's say that's 1% of New Yorkers. So that means this many dogs. So that would reduce the number of dogs by this many. And like, people are doing real analysis and research. And I love it because there's not really a place, I think, in America at all to have a civilized yet still kind of like rambunctious conversation in the same way that it used to feel like you could get a bunch of people to have dinner and they would have slightly opposing beliefs and you would have a good time and be like, man, I love that. Like, I loved dinner with so-and-so because he's insane. Like, he's stupid, but I loved the conversation. You know, you used to be able to have that conversation. At least I did. And now I feel like you can't have that. You're just like, this person is awful.
Do you think you had a yearning for that coming from an Egyptian household?
Dude, I stand in front of my TV with my arms crossed behind my back watching CNN at 7 a.m. Like, I have the old school Arab dad mentality. And so when I used to see my dad like interacting with his friends, they were all always arguing.
Always.
Yes. There was never a moment where they weren't.
I'm so glad you said that. This is a thing that I've been trying to explain to many of my like American friends who sort of have no recent immigrant family. Everyone came here at some point, but they don't have any recent immigrant family. And I go, one of the national pastimes of most immigrant communities is arguing.
Yeah.
But like arguing for the sake of arguing, but like in a really, really fun, it's about football. Who's the best footballer? Who's the best team? Who's the best coach? And then it moves to like, but it's always benign, you know? Oh, where do you get the best hummus? Well, that's not hummus. You can't even count that place.
With a passion.
Yeah, and then you
like
fight
a real
and
passion.
You argue and you don't know food. You don't know food. And you get
and
into
then you
this
don't
whole
talk
thing.
for 24 hours.
Yeah. But like that thing, it's funny that you say that because I would say this to my friends, especially like my American friends. I'll go, I sometimes feel like Americans need to fight more seriously about things that are less serious so that they can just enjoy the fight. Not every fight can be about like war in Iran. Like these are big fights, guys. This is too big.
And it's exhausting.
Healthcare. Yo, that's a big fight.
Yeah.
Just fight about small things.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, every once in a while, I will just choose violence and lob something into the group chat that I know is just going to piss everyone. Like, literally sitting last night on my couch, and I said to my wife, I go, I think I'm going to start a little fight in the group chat. And she goes, about what? I was like, I'm not sure yet, but like, it's been awfully quiet.
This is a family group chat?
No, this is just my closest friends.
Oh, just a group. Okay,
but they're mostly actually white, and they would not really. I mean, I do it all the time. I instigate a fight, and then everyone does fight, but it's over text, but it's fine because it's still a good fight.
Yeah.
And then maybe one person will leave a little bit hurt, but it's like, it doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't.
Like, and I do, I miss that. I mean, I've said before, like, my favorite hangout is a dinner with like 4 to 6 people that are all smart, but maybe don't agree on everything, and just having 4 hours of arguing.
What did you throw into the group chat? What did you say?
I don't remember. I have to look. Oh, well, this was a recent one.
Yeah.
This isn't yesterday's, because I think yesterday's I got distracted, and she was like, don't do that. And I was like, okay. But one time somebody was choosing where we should go on a bachelor party.
Okay.
And they chose what I thought was an awful place. And everyone else went, okay, yeah, sounds good. Like, great. And I go, Denver sucks. Why would we go to Denver?
Wow.
And then they were like, you can't. And then they were like, you can't do this. Like, he's on the chat. And I'm like, the bachelor party's not for the bachelor. It's for us. It's for his friends. Also, as a good friend, I want him to have a memorable time of his life. And you guys are bad friends for letting him choose Denver. Also, who said the bachelor gets to choose? The bachelor doesn't get to choose. The bachelor gets to come, but his friends get to choose. And so I went as far as to write several emails. So it started in the group chat, it exploded.
And then everyone moved into email.
And then I moved it into email because I wanted to write longer arguments with the help of, editing software and, be able to use Grammarly and such and like make sure. So I would write these formal emails. to the committee and say, I think that this is a bad decision.
And then where did you guys end up going?
Denver.
Oh man.
I lost. I eventually, because somebody was like, "You're starting to hurt his feelings." Like somebody was like, "Hey, he's really stressed.
But I don't
he's
think
really stressed out, and his feelings are starting to get hurt." And I was like, "I'll lay off." And actually, we had a great time. It was right outside of Denver.
I don't think you're wrong though. Not about the Denver thing, but about I don't think the Bachelor is supposed to choose.
Right? I don't think.
I think it's supposed to be the best man. Isn't that like the job of the best man? Is like your job is to plan the bachelor party, and then who was the best man?
This other guy who was going with the flow.
Oh, that's
and the Bachelor. The Bachelor's excuse was he was like, I don't want to trouble you guys with traveling to like another country. I was like, dude, we are dying to go anywhere else. Like, let's not go to Denver.
What time of year was it?
It was a beautiful time of year. It was like May, I think, or June.
Huh.
Yeah. But
Denver Bachelor.
You live, you learn.
I mean, I like that as a. But you see, the more important thing to me is the fight.
Yeah, the fight was awesome.
You've just got to you just got to fight, man. You've got to argue. You have to. That thing. I remember when I went to Egypt. I was lucky. So we were in Qatar for the World Cup, and then there were like a few days where there were no games, and then my friends were like, let's just go to Egypt. We're this close. We'll never do it. Let's just fly. And it was like a few hours. We popped over to Egypt, and it really felt like those old like I don't even know what those movies were called, comedies, but it was like American Pie, and those it was like a road trip. Anything could happen.
Right.
It was like that, and we just went. And then we're like, we got to go to the pyramids. And then we're in the pyramid.
Yes.
And then we're like, is that a KFC next to the pyramid? And we're like, we're going to the KFC next to the pyramids.
Yes,
and then we're getting stopped by cops randomly in the middle of the night.
For fun.
Yeah. And they weren't like threatening or anything. They were just curious, I guess.
Like to check out the IDs.
Yeah, just checking stuff. And then next thing you know, we're having dinner with random people that we've met, eating a meal at like 11 p.m. at night, midnight. You know what I mean? But the one thing I discovered, wherever I went in Cairo, arguments.
Yeah, just yelling.
Just great arguments. Yeah. Everyone fighting about every single thing at dinner, at lunch, in a hotel lobby. But it made me feel like I was home.
Yeah. Is that how it feels in South Africa too?
Africans, come on, man. It doesn't matter where you are in Africa.
Grinding.
Full on. As soon as things get boring, you're hanging out with your Ghanaian friends or Nigerians, just be like, who's got the best jollof? And then we're on.
Yeah, just drop a little fight.
Just
drop a little fight.
Just
everyone needs it. I remember when I was like inviting a bunch of people to Cairo, and I wrote, it was like an FAQ, and the last Q was, why is everyone yelling? And the answer, I had a bunch of questions. It was, why is everyone yelling? And I said, we're not yelling. This is just how we talk.
I like that.
That's it. It's just loud, obnoxious, go like this a lot.
Yeah. Just get into it.
And everyone does look like this.
I will say that though, like the one difference I think between, well, maybe it's because I'm familiar with it. I feel like Africans look less angry when they're in the argument.
They definitely do. They look less angry in general.
Yeah.
Arabs for some reason do look. I'm Arab. I sometimes look in the mirror. I'm like, I look kind of angry. Not right now with this face, but like usually I'm like if I'm and that's just my thinking face.
Yeah, that's the face.
It's not an angry face, but I'll sit at the computer and I'm like, oh, sorry. Like people might think.
Yeah, that's the face. Just like a little bit more angry, a little more intense.
It just has a little. There's a little intensity.
Yeah. Whereas like African arguments, they have like a big. Sometimes you even struggle to know when the person is really angry or in like a joyful angry.